Today we are talking about 1 Kings chapter 12, verses 12 through 20, and I'm also going to cover verses 25 through 33. So in this part, in chapter 12, we learn about two key characters. So we have one person, his name was Rehoboam. He was the son of King Solomon, the king of Israel. So King Solomon had passed away, and he was giving his kingdom over to his son Rehoboam, and the problem was the nation of Israel began to become divided. And there was another person in this story. His name was Jeroboam, and he was the servant of King Solomon. So they started to kind of fight and quarrel over who should control the kingdom. And they ultimately decided to split the kingdom into two. So one stayed as Israel, and then the other stayed as Judah. The other became Judah. And Rehoboam, at first, he talked to these 10 northern tribes to try to strengthen his kingdom. He wanted all the power of different tribes, and he first asked them, would you like to join my kingdom? Would you like to be a part of my kingdom? And they asked him for just a couple of requests. First of all, they asked for less tax Because who likes to pay for tax, right? Does anybody like tax? No, nobody likes paying taxes, right? And they also asked for less workload, because who really likes to work, right? And the people of the northern tribes, they were getting overworked. So Rehoboam said, okay, well, give me 3 days to think about it. And what he did was he went to his council, the original council of the kingdom that had very wise advisors. And what they told Rehoboam was, they said, you should stick to that plan. You should listen to the people of the northern tribes and do what they say. However, Rehoboam was still unsure. And then he went to people who were close to him in his life, his friends. And they said, what are you doing? Like, don't listen to them. Just do what you want and take total control over this kingdom. So the wise people tried to tell Rehoboam, they said, if you will be a servant to this people today, then they will be your servants forever. However, due to his friends convincing Rehoboam, he told all these people of the northern tribes, he said, my little finger is thicker than your father's thighs. And now, whereas my father laid on you a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father disciplined you with whips, but I will discipline you with scorpions. Oh man, scorpions, right? So he was trying to instill fear in these people and said, I don't need your support. I'm bigger than all of you. So that's not how we should live life, right? Instead, we should be listening to the wise, people who really know what is best for us, because they are probably the closest people to God in your life, and we should be listening to them. However, Rehoboam did not listen. And this other character, Jeroboam, he also had problems. He was not a perfect person either, because God practically told Jeroboam that he would give all of this kingdom to him. He said, I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand, and I will give it to you. And I'll take you, and you shall reign over all your soul's desires, and you shall be king over Israel. However, Jeroboam said this in the Bible. He said, now, the kingdom will turn back to the house of David. So, not longer after Jeroboam got control of his side, Israel, he was already afraid that his kingdom would get taken away. So instead of trusting in the word of the Lord, trusting that he was going to have the kingdom, he already started to fear what would happen to him. And he decided to do other things to make it more convenient for the people of Israel so they don't jump over Rehoboam's side. Now, I'd like to cover some key points. So first of all, I'd like to talk about convenient worship. So worshiping God whenever you find it convenient. So first of all, who finds coming to church on Sundays a hassle? Does anyone find it hard to come to church on Sundays? Raise your hands. Who doesn't like coming to church on Sundays? Good job. So everybody likes coming to church on Sundays. However, let me ask another question. So where's Jaden? Oh, Jaden, yes. You have your Nintendo sweater on. Nice. So Jaden, let me ask you, what did you do more this week? Did you pray more or did you play more video games?
I don't know.
I think he played more video games. Now, another question. Eugene, what did you do more this week? Did you read the Bible more or did you use the internet more?
Internet.
I know. Don't lie, because you're always on Instagram, right? Okay? So that's exactly the problem, right? Because we're finding worshiping God so inconvenient. So I like to call this the horizontal worship. So first of all, everyone, what does horizontal mean? Does anyone know what horizontal means? What does horizontal mean, Jaden? Excellent, yes. So horizontal is basically a straight line going from left to right. So example is you guys are all sitting here horizontally. You're sitting in a straight line. Now what is vertical? Yes, Ayana. Yes, so going down to up or up to down, so that cross, we can say that cross is sitting there vertically. Very good. So instead of horizontal worship, meaning we're always afraid of what people are going to tell us at worship, or when you're part of like a worship, maybe you're afraid of how you're going to sing or how the song sounds. Maybe you find it boring. So instead of just being concerned about the surroundings around you, you should only be concerned about one thing, and that thing is worshiping vertically, because the only person who cares about you when the going gets tough is God, right? Because it's all about God, right? You shouldn't be concerned about what your friends think. You shouldn't be concerned about how old your other youth members are. The only being we should be concerned about is God. So all in all, everyone, let's try to have this mentality of vertical worship because God is the only being that is important in our lives. Amen?